kind of Linux environment only. So it will give you the feeling that you are working in a Linux environment. Okay, so that's why if you want to practice also, you can practice it from here. Okay, so before going the lab class, we have to know certain things. Okay, the syntax, then certain examples we have to check, and then accordingly we can go through. Okay, we will be able to. So I think all of them are yet to come. It's almost four, isn't? I think we should be able to start. Some of them are still online, but they are yet to join in. So they should come by now. Okay, some of them are joining. Few more, I guess. Himanshu Ranjan is playing. Aniket also has to leave. Okay, you have to pause. I can see you playing. So you people also have to come. Himanshu Ranjan and Kangan, they are online, but they have not joined. Kangan has joined. Okay, then let us start the session. So before we start, we have to know certain things like what is a shell, okay? What is a terminal, all right? Kernel, what is a kernel? It is a part of the computer program, which is the main, you can say, section of the operating system, okay? Because the entire control of the system is basically regulated by the kernel only. So it does various kinds of work, okay? A kernel in a Linux system, like file management, coordination among the processes, input output management, memory management, device management. All these things are basically being looked after by kernel. So that's why it is called the main or the core of computer's operating system. Then when we say shell, right, so we say that we will do some program on shell scripting. So what is the shell basically? So if you look into the diagram, if you look into the diagram, what is a shell? A shell is a user program which provides an interface to use the operating system services. Shell is basically a kind of a medium through which the user can use the operating system. All right. So how will it use? That is the main concern, right? So it will use through certain commands which is being understood by the humans. Okay. So the user will have to supply those commands, like whatever work it needs to do in the operating system, how it is going to use the operating system, isn't it? And convert those commands into something which the kernel will be able to understand. So it is something we can say it is a command language interpreter that executes commands taken from the input devices, okay, that the user has to supply. Okay, so basically the main aim of shell is that it should accept the human readable commands from the keyboard or files that the user will supply, and then it has to convert those commands into some form that the kernel should be able to understand, because ultimately through kernel only we will be able to use system. Okay, very nicely. So that's what is a shell? I can say nutshell. It is a command language. Okay, interpreter. Okay, that is used to execute commands. So shell again, it is classified into two types. So one is the command shell and the other is the graphical shell. So command shell is basically a kind of a shell which is used to serialize. That is the command line it does command from. Okay, so whenever we want to execute any kind of work or instruction, we have to type the necessary commands. Like cat is used for, you can say, creating a file, isn't it? Ls is used for listing the directories and files, is it? So, or something like that. So whatever work we want to do, basically, we have to use the human readable commands in the command line shell so as to use the operating system fruitfully. Then when we speak about graphical shell, so graphical shell is very we can understand from the name itself that whatever program we want to use, okay, it is based on the graphical user interface or GUI. Okay, so it what is it it does, it's similar to the previous shell, but the thing is that here we have graphical user interface for you doing any kind of work, okay, for performing any kind of operations. All right, now in a Linux system there can be various kinds of shells like bash, okay, burn again shell. Okay, so it's mostly used in Linux system. It is the default login shell in Linux system and even in Macintosh. Similarly, C shell we have, Conch shell we have. So C shell is basically used for having C shell syntax, which is very much similar to C programming language. So our main focus here will be shell scripting. Okay, so what we will be doing in shell scripting is it's a shell only in interactive mode. So here basically the platform is very much feasible to write commands, accept commands as input from the users and execute them. Okay, so shell script generally have syntax just like any other programming language. So we all have a little bit of experience in C and C++, isn't it? At least in C we do have. So the syntax will be more or less like similar, you can say. Okay, so it won't be that complex to understand. So shell script comprises of these things, shell keywords, like certain keywords will be there, if, else, free, then while, okay, do. So all those things will be there. Commands will be there. CD, ls you already know, okay. PWD you already know, isn't it? So some certain more commands will be there like echo, touch, okay. Functions we will be using, then how to manage the flow of the program. So we will have control flow, also like the conditional statements will be having, then the looping structures will be having. So all these things we will be using. Okay, so what are the advantages, disadvantages? I can leave it to you, just theory only. Then coming to operators, what are the various operators we are having? We are having the arithmetic operators like this as usual: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulo division, increment operator, decrement operator. So these things we are having. I think I did not explain. Do I need to explain arithmetic operators? How does it work? I think you already know, right? Is it you know or not from C and C++? Arithmetic operators, how do they work? O- Okay, so I take it that all of you know how to use it. Uh, Okay, examples I'll be doing. So I can skip these things. What are the relational operators? So relational operators also you must have already been familiar with. Like there are six of them. Equals to, so equals to operators basically used for comparing two operands, isn't it? Not equal to. So this is the not equal to symbol. Okay. So if suppose you can have, let's say, two operands are not equal. If you want to do that comparison, then you can use this operator. Less than also, if we are comparing something, if suppose one operand is lesser than the other one, so in that way, then similarly less than equal to, greater than equal to, it's similar only to what we have studied in other programming languages. Okay, logical, so logical operators are also called as Boolean operators. So they are basically used for performing logical operations. So how many types are there? We already know: and, or, and not. Okay, and it's basically it will return true value if suppose both the operands are holding true, else it will return false. Okay, logical or, that means again this is a binary operator which will return true value if either one of the operand is true. Okay, or if maybe both the operands are true, and it will return false in the worst case when none of the operands are satisfying the condition. Then not equal to, this is just basically to you can say test a condition which returns true if the operand is false and returns false if the operand is true. Okay. Then bitwise operators also we are having. So a bitwise operator is basically used for performing bitwise operations on pattern bits, like bitwise AND. So what will bitwise AND do? Bitwise and AND operator will perform binary operation bit by bit. Okay, so this bitwise AND is basically used for performing AND operation, okay, bit by bit on the operands. Then bitwise OR, again like AND only, but the only difference is that it will perform OR operation bit by bit on the operands. XOR, bitwise XOR. What will bitwise XOR give? Bitwise XOR will basically perform binary XOR operation bit by bit between the operands. Okay, so operand sometimes we called in programming languages variables. Okay, so it's all more or less the same. Then bitwise complement. So bitwise complement, what will it do? It will perform again bitwise. It will perform binary not operation. Like for example, in digital logic design, you must have encountered complements, isn't it? So similar to that, it will be performing the operation. Then left shift. So what will left shift do? This operator will basically shift the bits of the left operand to the left by number of times specified by the right operand. So there will be a specification like how many times the bits has to be shifted. So accordingly, those bits will be shifted in the left side. And right shift is basically this operator will basically perform the shifting of the bits, okay, to the right by number of times specified, okay, by the operand. Okay, so these are files. Files, I think we don't need for your level. Then coming to this conditional statements, the syntax. So these are very important because all programs are basically more or less based on you can say commands, then conditional statements and loops. So you have to be very very familiar with the syntax. Okay, so that's why differently I have formulated the syntax. So if statement, so what is the state like syntax? Look this carefully. For the if statement, we have if, that is the keyword, and then whatever expression we want to put, we will put it here. Okay, then again once the expression is done, so what we have to do, we have to put a then keyword. Okay, we put a then keyword and then we will write the statement that we want to execute. Then after this statement, after phi, if, what do we have? How do we conclude this f? By using fi. Okay, so this is the syntax of if statement. In C, if phi was not there, then was not there, isn't it? But here, for every if, you have to conclude with a phi. Okay, for every if, you have to conclude with a phi. Then for every expression, once it concludes, you have to give then after then you can write the statement, okay, that you want to implement. Okay, so that is how the syntax of if works. If else, how it works? If else, we know how it works, right? If the expression is true, then statement one will be evaluated. If the expression is false, then the control will go to statement two. So similarly here also, let's say we have if, so we put the testing condition here, the expression whatever it may be. Then after expression, I said what we have to put then. So then will be here. Then after that, whatever statement we want to execute, we will write it here. If this statement is, if the expression is true, then the first statement will be executed. If the expression whatever we are writing is false, then statement 2 will be executed. So if expression, then we write the statement. If this is false, then there will be an else statement. So else, and then after else, what do we have? Statement 2. Then, as we said, that every if has to be concluded with a phi. So after everything you have written, you have to write phi. Okay, in that way. Then if you have else if ladder, that means if you have to execute multiple conditions in one if else block. Okay, then how do we do that? So we use if elif else phi statement. Okay, so let's say for example, we have if, we have written the expression, then we write those statements, whatever is there. Okay, we write statement one to whatever, how many, it may be n number of statements. Okay, but let's say inside this then, that means inside if, there are more sub conditions. Okay, it happens, no nested if statement, if else statement you must have done in C. So similar like this. Inside if we have some more terms and conditions. So how do we do that? I have to write inside if only. So how will I write? I will write elif, elif, elif expression 2. Then I write the statements. Okay. In that way, I have to proceed. Then suppose if I finish, that means elif was the sub part of that if. So I come out of that one. So after I come out, what I do? That if statement has, we should have an else, isn't it? So else I write statement 5. Then for that if, for the beginning if, the concluding fi will be there, phi will be there. So in that way, basically, once again, I can show you. Let's say, for example, I have a situation that for if there is again certain parts of if subparts you can say. Okay. So what I have to do, if suppose inside if there are some more conditions, so I have to write some more if statement, right? In C also we have done. So here also we do the same. If we write an expression, we write a series of statements inside the if there are more subparts, that means some more terms and conditions are there. So I can use another if statement, but here I will not use if, I'll use elif. Elif, then expression, then I have the statements, and then finally I terminate that if with a matching else, statement 5, and then phi. Okay, so any questions so far with the syntax? Yes, yes. Elif, then again elif will be there. It can have a subpart. Is it clear? Others, is it okay? I think the syntax is quite simple because its working is similar only like C. Just that those keywords we have to be little bit careful. Otherwise, it's same only. It's there is no difference. And I have given also in the note like how is it working, isn't it? So there should not be any problem. Okay, okay, all right. So I can proceed then. Okay. Then switch case statement also. Let's say you know what is a switch. When do we use the switch? It is like a kind of a menu, isn't it? Let's say for example if we want to match a value with the pattern, then it will execute only a block of that particular pattern, isn't it? In C also we have seen like there are variety of cases, so whichever case I mean to say it's matching with a pattern, so that block of that particular pattern is executed. Okay. So how is the syntax of switch case is seen here? So similar like C only case, we have let's say the specified value. Okay, so let's say if case in, so in value is 1, so this part of the I mean to say case I mean to say pattern will be executed, pattern 1. So statement 1 will be executed. Case if in value is 2, so there will be pattern 2. So that pattern's statement matching statement will be executed. Similarly case values n, so it will be directed directly to n. So statement n will be executed. So basically, it gives you uh, a kind of a menu where different kind of statements will be there, but depending upon the value match that the user will be providing. So depending upon the value match that the user will be providing, so based on that value, the pattern will be chosen, and whatever the block of code for that particular pattern is there, it will be executed. Okay. One more thing you have to remember is that after every statement here, there are two double colons, okay, in switch. Okay, so that thing you have to remember that for every you can say statement, okay, it ends with a double semicolon. So that part you have to remember, and every case will be terminating with a like command called esac, esac. Like if was like terminating with fi. So similarly with case also it is coming to an end with esac. Okay, so certain programs I have done. Okay, so okay, so let us try to check certain programs that. Okay, let me finish loops also first because almost it's finished. Then I will show you the program. So loops also there are basically three looping statements, okay, which can be used while, for, until, okay. To alter the flow of statements, to commands are used. These are not loops, but they are the commands, okay, to change the general flow of the loop. So that is the break and the continue. So while statement, how do does it look like? So you know that when basically a while statement is used, isn't it? If suppose we have to do a series of repetitive work, okay. So here command is evaluated and based on the result, loop will be executed. So while we have the command, okay, or whatever the expression you want to put, you put there, okay. Then if command raised to false, then the loop will be terminated. So till the condition or the command it holds, that means it's true. So whatever the statement, here it is there inside the do and done block in between this one, so that statement will be executed. The moment the expression becomes false, so the loop will terminate. Now one thing you have to remember, that like in C you had while, then the condition or whatever the expression was there, okay, then directly you had the braces and inside the braces you had the statement. But here you will have while, the command or the expression. After that, immediately you will have a keyword called do. Okay, you will have a keyword called do. Then you will write the statement that is to be executed. And how will you terminate the do? You will terminate with done. Okay, so this is very, very important in the while loop, because here the syntax is similar, but some additional keywords is there. So those additional keywords you have to be little bit careful. Okay, and it is a case sensitive. So if you are writing a variable with a capital letter, and let's say in the program later part you are using it with small letters, so there will be errors will be generating. Okay, so that part you have to be very, very careful. All right. Then for statement, so here the for is little bit different. Okay, so for statement also is like while, but the syntax is different. Okay, so how will it look like? So for variable, okay, so in, so what is the, let's say range. Okay, what is the range? Okay, like for example in for loop in C, how did we write for? In the bracket, first was initialization, second was what was the second one? uh, Yes, uh, uh, they are basically keywords. So whenever you are writing while, it will be prompting you. Okay, generally it doesn't hold, but it's written in I mean to say lowercase only. So uppercase I have not tried, but let me check. But since it is a case sensitive, so definitely there should be issues. Okay. Okay, so in a general for loop, if you remember, there were three parts, isn't it? In for loop, what was it? Initialization. Can anyone tell me what were the three parts in for loop in C when you had done? First one was what? I already said. What was the first one? This one everyone should know because these are basics. First sem. Yes, that is correct. First is initialization. Second is we set the condition, and the last one was uh, yeah. I think I will go with updation. Updation is much more appropriate because there can be increment or decrement, isn't it? So updation will be the right word. Okay. So there are three things: initialization. Then second is the conditional part where we are setting certain condition, isn't it? And the third one is basically the updation. Okay. So updation can be of two types again: increment or we can decrement it. By how many units? It's up to the programmer. So now in case of Linux, however, for the variable, basically, what you need to do is for the conditional condition part, that range you have to specify. That means it will start from which value. But in C, for the initial part, like for which part, like for which value that variable is starting, that we had separately in the first only initialization part. But here, what we are doing, the initialization of the variable will start, let's say, from the first value. And if suppose it has to, the loop has to run for 10 times, so it'll be for where in 1, then dot 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 10. Okay, so what will that mean? It will imply that the variable will be, you can say, going for a phase from 1 up till 10. Okay, so there is no like plus plus, or let's say in updation, there's nothing as such. Okay, for the third section, in one shot only, we have to initialize also, we have to put the condition also. Shells. Then after that, it's same. Like while you had the condition or command, whatever you have written, you have do and done. So here also do and done. In between do and done, whatever statement you want to write, that has to be executed. Okay. Then until, we have until. So in C we have do while, isn't it? But here we have what? Until. So until loop is executed as many times as the condition evaluates to false. So it's just the reverse. So the loop will terminate the moment the condition becomes true. So it's just the reverse of the while. While was executing as many times as the condition or the command was true. But in case of until, it will keep on going until and unless the condition is false. And the moment the condition becomes true, it will terminate. Okay, so again, same thing until, and then we have the condition or the command, then do and done, then and in between do and done, we will write the statement which is to be executed. Okay, so a few examples I have written also for you all to try out in this open platform. But before that, I will be showing you certain programs. Okay, how to do. Okay, so that one will give you a uh, overview. Okay, so let us see. This notes is already available. Yesterday I have already given. So let me check. Okay, so this is, let's say, a simple program of printing hello world. Okay, so today only I was doing. Okay, so how we are going to do? So you people also can do it simultaneously with me. So you go to this section, this link I have given, right? That link of that open platform for Linux, JS Linux. You go there. Okay, you open it first, because if you don't do it with me, then it will be difficult for you later. Okay, so you open there, and let's say we will try to implement a program which prints hello world. Okay, so how will we do this? So let us see first. So I will copy the code exactly, because this is already executed today, so that there are no errors. Okay, so first of all, we need to use the vi editor. So vi editor in class, I think you must have used. So let's say I say that vi hello, okay, dot sh. Okay, this is the first step. Okay, so I enter. So what I have to do, I have to use the vi command, then the name of the file. So I have said hello. This is up to the user, up to you all, what name you want to give. So since we are doing shell scripting, so we have to give the extension. So what is the extension of shell scripting programs? sh. So vi hello dot sh. Okay, so after that I will press enter. So I have pressed enter. So this is already present actually. Let me do somewhere. Okay. So vi, let's say hello world. Okay. Dot sh. Okay. So I enter. Done. Now I want to type. Now I will not be able to type anything. Okay. So in order to be able to type, I have to press I from the keyboard. Again, I'm saying, in order to write anything here, okay, in the editor section, I have to press I from the keyboard. So I'll press. So the moment I press I, you will see that I'll be able to write. Okay, so I'm able to write. Okay, so now what I will do is, first thing is this is a shell scripting. So every shell scripting has to be preceded with this. Okay, hash exclamation mark. Okay, then bin bash. Okay, this is the first thing in every shell scripting that you have to use. Okay, then after that, what I will do, so from enter the text editor section by using vi command as vi file name dot sh. So then the first step is this one, right? Then what I want to do, I want to print hello world, isn't it? Do I want to print hello world? Yes. In C, how did I print? By using the printf statement. So here I will be using a command called echo. So let me write here echo, echo, echo space. Then what I will write? Hello world. So hello. Okay, so whatever string you are writing, it has to be under inverted commas. So hello world. Okay, close the inverted comma, enter. Okay, so till here we have written. I think everyone are doing simultaneously. Now done. After this what I have to do, see, first after this what I have to do, I have already written, I guess. Then save and quit the file. How do I do this? Press escape, esc, then colon and wq, and then enter. So first what I have to do, if I have to save and quit, first I have to press, that means I'm done. So how, what I'll do, I'll press escape so that no other editing is done. So I press escape. See, it has now, it nothing we can write. Then escape, then colon and wq. So escape I have pressed, so I will put colon. See, here colon has come, isn't it? And wq, save and quit. Okay, save and quit, press enter. Done. So that means I've created the file called, what was the name of the file, if anyone remembers? The name of the file was, what is the name of the file? Okay, let me check. I think hello world. Okay, hello world. Okay, dot sh. How did I check? Using ls. Ls will list out whatever files are there. Now I want to execute this file. So how do I execute? Okay, I want to execute this file. How do I execute? This is the you can say syntax for executing the file. Dot, then slash, the file name dot sh. But if I do this now, I will not be able to execute. Will I be able to execute? Let's see. Will I be able to execute? No. Permission is denied. Why it is denied? Because that file first has to be permitted in order to be executed. Okay, so how do I change the permission of the file? By using this command, chmod a plus x file name dot sh. So I'll write here chmod space a plus x. Okay, we will see what does it mean. A plus x, then the name of the file. So what was the name of the file? Hello world. HELLO dot sh. Okay, so let me enter. Okay, so I could very easily change the permission. So now I will try to execute. So how will I execute? Dot slash hello world dot sh. There should be no space. Okay, so I will enter. So hence I could get the output, that is the hello world. So any confusion for the first shell program? Okay, I will repeat with another program. Okay, others, any query? Okay. Now, okay, you had some problem. So let me take another example. Okay, let's say addition of two numbers I will take. Okay. Now, how we are going to do this? So, in addition of two numbers, in generally in C, what did we do? From the keyboard, basically, we took the number from the user using the scanf statement, and in C++ we use cin, isn't it? Cin. Here what we will do, in order to take the input from the keyboard, that means in order that the user should be giving the input from the keyboard, we'll write read command. Okay, so same way we will be doing, so everyone pay attention. So first of all, what I have to do, first step is I have to use the vi editor. So how will I use? So let's say vi, okay, give the name of the file, so any name I can give. Let's say addition, okay, addition dot sh. Okay, so vi addition dot sh. Okay, this is the way that we have to do. Then the moment I press enter, I will go into the uh, terminal like section. Okay, now first what I have to do, okay, will I be able to write? No. Press from the keyboard, I will not be able to write. So I should be able to write. Okay, so what will I do? I will press the alphabet I from the keyboard. In the keyboard, I'll press I. So I have pressed I. So see now, after pressing I can write. Okay, so now I'll start the coding. So first, initially I said that whenever we will start any bash program, what I will do, I have to write this. Okay, okay. Then next is like I want to display something before reading the input. Then enter the first number. So enter. So I have to use the printf statement, not printf, echo command here, isn't it? So uh, first number is, so this is up to us what we will write inside. Okay. Then I want to take the input from the keyboard. So in C we use the scanf statement, but here we will use which command? Read. Okay. So let that variable be A. Is it clear? Then again, second one also I can take. Okay. Then what I'll read? B. Okay. Now see, one thing you have to remember, that whatever you are putting a string to be displayed, that has to be inside the double inverted commas. Okay, so that is done. All right. Now I want to add them. So how will I add? I can use one more command called expr. Okay, so what is expr? Basically, expr is a command which evaluates a given expression. Okay, what kind of expressions? Okay, what kind of operations or expression it evaluates? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulo. Okay, or even string operations also. Okay, so whenever we are having any kind of calculation, okay, numeric calculation, then we have to use this command. Okay, expr command. Okay, so let us do in the same way, only the way we have written here. So sum, let's say it's a third variable, sum is equal to, so if you look here, sum is equal to, now we are not having double inverted commas, what we are having, the tilde. This tilde, where we will get, where will you get this tilde, this kind of this I mean to say, uh, inverted comma, single inverted comma, but not straight, tilted. So where will you get? You will get above tab and below escape. That means in between tab and escape there will be tilde. Okay, so you can use that tilde. So what we have to use the command expr. Then how do we proceed? Now whenever we want to make use of the variables, okay, inside this one, so how can we make use? We have to give dollar and then the name of the variable. This is a must. Okay, otherwise they will not print. Dollar, you can try also yourself. Okay, dollar a, then okay, this one, so I have to add a and b, right? So I said that if any computation I have to perform, I have to use the dollar symbol for the variables. Okay, so plus, then dollar b. So in that way we have finished. Okay, so then I will print the value. So the value of this one is, again I'm printing the value from the variable, isn't it? Like in C we use format specify, no, percentage d, isn't it? So similar like that only. Okay, so echo, but here we don't have any kind of format specifiers as such, but to make it simple, so sum of two numbers. Okay, is, okay, so whatever sum we have computed, it is stored where? Inside this variable sum. So I will not use sum because I have to get the content of sum. That means whatever is there inside. So how will I do? Again, I have to use the dollar symbol. Okay, so that is done. So 7 lines of code. Now I want to save this one. So already I said how to save. If you remember, you go up, you go up. How did I save? I already said press escape, then colon and WQ. So again, I'm saying I'm pressing escape. I have pressed. Then I will bring colon here. I have brought and WQ. Save and quit. Then enter. Okay, so I have come out. Now I'm here. All right. Now I will execute. So before executing, I have to change the permissions. Otherwise, I'll not be able to execute. Okay, so I will have to read A and X is for writing. That means I have to grant permission from reading and writing into the file. So how will I do? I'll use chmod command A plus X space and then the name of the file. So what was the name of the file? Anyone knows? What was the name of the file? I think it was addition. So addition.sh. Okay, then I'll execute. So how will I execute? Dot slash addition.sh. Enter. So it is prompting. So first number is, let's say, 6. Second number is 7. So the sum of two numbers is 30. Okay, so this is how we executed the addition of two numbers. Okay, which one below ESC? Which one you are saying? Okay, others, any doubt how we have done? Any query? Okay, then. So then, okay, this is your self assignment. Okay, so you have to do by yourself subtraction of two numbers, finding product of three numbers, finding and printing remainder and quotient of two numbers. So how many homework I'm giving? One, two, 3, 4. So what you have to do? Everything is same. The coding is same only. Like whatever we have coded here, isn't it? Everything is same, but just you will change the operator. Once you will write minus, once you will write division, and once you will write modulo division. That's it. Otherwise, the entire way of doing the program is same. Okay, so that I am leaving it to you. Okay, so that is the homework for today. Okay, then yes, yes, I'll be sending. Don't worry. Okay, everything I'll give. Okay, this is a kind of compilation of all the programs in, I mean to say, all the operations, arithmetic operations in one single program only. Okay, so this I guess I have done. So I will just show you the code that I had done today. Okay, so which was it? Mm, which was it? So many are there. Addition, relational, factorial. Okay, this one also you can execute this code. It's very easy. Like in one program only, I have done all the operation, but one operation is extra. That means this pre increment and post increment also I have used. Okay, or if you want, then I can do. Do you want me to do this one, this program also, if I give the code? Because the working is similar. Which one? Let's see. No, VI, after VI, you have to give the file name. That means the name of the file. Any name. I put addition there. Okay, you can put whatever you want. So it is up to you, whatever you want. Okay, like VI, if you want to give like addition or add or whatever, plus dot sh, it's up to you. That is not, I mean to say, has to be same. Okay, and it's not a command, it's the name of the file. VI is the command, but after that, like addition, that I give addition.sh. So addition is the name of the file given by me, the user. Dot sh is the extension. So that name of the file that is given by me will not be there because it's not a command. And okay, so that is the thing. And here, you see, this is the thing. See here, echo and sum, there should be space. Echo, then you give space and then sum. Okay, so have you given space? Echo and sum. Echo, there should be space.
Sorry, something went wrong.
Echo and this one. Yeah, echo and sum, there should be space, and in between from sum up till this completion of the line, it should be under inverted commas. So that part is has to be corrected. Is it okay now? Is it okay, Teeth? Is it okay or not? First, you tell me. Okay. All right. Now, this program, do you want me to do this how to demonstrate arithmetic operators, or you will be able to do? Because here we are doing nothing. A and B, we are taking the variables, we are adding, we are storing, we are subtracting, we are storing, we are multiplying, we are storing, and we are printing using the echo command. So you want me to do, or you will be able to do if I give you the code? Others also, please tell me what you want. Okay. So I will be giving you this file, and one thing, see this one you have to try. Okay, today, this one, this demonstration, and this one. Okay, these programs, because here you just have to change the like operators, and this one at a stretch you have to try. So this one, and one thing for your practicals, I will see to it that these type of questions only it will come. This one no need to try logic relational one. I'll explain it tomorrow. So for today, you people, it's a homework. You have to try up till here. So if there is any doubt tomorrow before starting the actual part of the class, we will be solving it. Okay. So in that way, I will give you the file and ask students to join more tomorrow because it's practical. So theory I can manage. I have given notes also. But practical, if they don't know how to operate, they will not be. So make a point that in the official WhatsApp group, you all say to join it anyhow. Okay, tomorrow. Here I have used VI editor only and Inputty also because we'll be using Inputty in college. So VI editor will be preferred in that case. Okay, keeping in point that we are using uh, putty. Yes, read function is used for taking input. Okay, a string. So that's a good question. Yeah, by default it will take like string only, because numbers or alphabets, characters, it takes everything. So it's more it's taking in the form of string. Uh, so this is the file that I'm giving. And all of you kindly, those who are present, tell them that tomorrow maximum students have to be there, otherwise they will suffer. Please put it up in the official group only. Okay, all of you whoever are there, that other students who are not there, they should be present tomorrow at any cost. Okay, that part you all put it up. Okay, so I think this is the one, the file that I've given. And if you have any queries, you can put it up. Okay, then. So today I'll conclude with this much. It's just the introductory class of how to do. We'll be doing more programs, at least 20 programs we need to do. Okay, and commands also, the ones that I had given you before, two worksheet, if I'm not mistaken. That also you can practice it here. So from there also, if you find difficulty, you can write to me, and we will tackle it off. Okay, so that's I think sufficient for today.